Need a boost? Sometimes all it takes is tapping into your inner cool. Icebreaker's gum helps you unleash the confidence within. Each chew releases a rush of icy flavor powered by cooling flavor crystals, sending a wave of refreshment to reinvigorate all your senses. Icebreaker's convenient pack fits everywhere, from car cup holders to backpack pockets, so you can find your cool wherever you go. Grab Icebreaker's gum online or at a store near you.
You know what's really terrifying? That unfinished college degree lurking in the background, just sitting there, waiting for you. That's where Southern New Hampshire University comes in. With flexible online degree programs, there's no commuting, no rigid schedule, and no more excuses. Plus, they have some of the lowest online tuition rates in the U.S. Visit snhu.edu/morbid to learn more before your degree becomes just another story about what could have been. Chilling crime cases are mysterious, but finding coverage shouldn't be. With the State Farm Personal Price Plan, you have options and can personalize your plan to help create an affordable price so you can get back to cracking all of life's bigger cases. Talk to a State Farm agent today to learn how you can choose to bundle and save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Head to statefarm.com to get a quote. Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
Hey, weirdos. I'm Alaina.
I am Ash.
And this is Morbid the Infirmary.
The infirmary is getting a little bit better.
We are. We're on the outs.
I'm at the point in time where I can handle this voice. I'd like to keep this voice forever.
This saucy husky voice.
Drew was like, "I love your voice," and I was like, "You're my sick voice."
I can't stay this way.
Do you not like my regular voice?
I can't do that.
Yeah.
And I think last time we talked, when we did Daryl Rich,
Yikes.
I was really going off about how I was the only one who didn't get the illness.
I knew that was going to work against
shield,
you.
Which I think I had mom. This is what parent shield is, or person who takes care of everybody shield.
Sure.
You have it until everyone's on the up and up and on the other side. And then all of a sudden it comes crashing down on you because now you're allowed to have it.
Yeah.
But your body stops you from getting it so you can take care of everyone else.
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's evolution.
I think it is. It's you got to take, because all of a sudden everybody started getting better. And I was like, whoop. Here I go.
Yeah.
But I haven't got it as bad as everybody, so.
That's true. You did not get it as bad as everybody at all.
My immune system is top notch.
And you know what I was thinking too? It's because I said the other day, me and John were like, "Oh my God, I hate life right now." and she was like, "I feel fine." And we wanted to throat punch her. But I was like, I think it's because you work in a hospital.
Yeah, maybe.
So you're still out in the world. With the pandemic, everybody's been closed in. So I think our immune systems. But
I've still been around a lot of
a lot of germs,
a lot of
nasty
stuff. Yeah, and I think that definitely helps because I've been doing that for a long time way before the pandemic. So I think it has helped my immune system a little bit because I've always had a pretty good immune system. I can throw stuff off pretty quick.
You do, usually. She's just a fucking superwoman.
Just look at me. Look at me. I mean, I still sound a little stuffed up, but it's okay.
You really don't.
No?
No.
Oh, good. Look at that.
I just feel like I sound a little bit more like I'm from California than I usually do.
You sound saucy, and I like it.
Saucy. I'm always saucy.
But I think just a quick little story because I have to vent it out to all of you guys.
What?
That I got to say the falling down the stairs thing because it was the scariest thing ever.
Yeah.
Everybody who has taken care of children will understand this. So we've gone through this heinous illness. We've had puke. We've had all of it, just all happening at once. And the other night, my younger twin, was right before bedtime. She forgot one of her stuffed animals downstairs. So she was like, she was actually going to get it for her sister, which really sweet, but wow. And she went tearing down the stairs, and we have a little landing between our stairs. And she hit the landing and then tripped all the way down the other side of the stairs, slammed her head on the side of the stair, and had the gnarliest head bump I have ever seen.
Yeah.
They don't tell you when you get something that you need to take care of, this little thing.
Is it like a baby?
They don't tell you this thing is going to hit its head so many times and they're going to look so gnarly when it happens.
Yeah.
And you're going to cry, but they're going to be just fine.
She's the one that hits her head the most.
She does, because she's just always falling
and like tripping. Has the most bumps.
But she's such a trooper. But it was literally like the culmination of like everyone being sick, no one sleeping, our youngest not sleeping, puke happening everywhere. I mean, it was just like, at one point my youngest threw herself out of the crib at night and was totally fine.
Yep.
But it was just felt like John and I were literally like, what is going on? What is happening?
You know, obviously they say it happens in threes. I feel like, I don't know if it's because you have twins or something, but you just automatically double that number.
It happened in sixes.
Yeah, it does.
It really did.
It happens in 666 for you.
You know what? Luckily, she was totally fine. She let us ice it for like 30 minutes straight. She was a trooper.
I know. I love
and then
her.
And we're sitting there like, how many fingers am I holding up? I'm using the flashlight to see her like you know, if her pupils are dilating at the same rate. I'm like,
this bitch, this mama.
I'm sitting there being like, what is my real name? And she's like, Alaina.
The president is Joe Biden.
What is Dada's name? John. And so she was totally fine. Like and she's, of course, that night I was up every 45 minutes, literally set an alarm. Every 45 minutes got up and roused her.
I know, but like you have to.
And it's like, she was totally fine. She woke up, the bump was totally gone. She's absolutely fine.
But it was like a little bruise.
Man, oh man. Like, it was quite a week, guys.
Yeah, I got that text.
Quite a week.
You texted me and you were like, to preface this, everything is fine.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh God.
And you're like, oh no.
I'm making like my 85th cup of fucking green tea for the day. And I'm like, oh good, my niece fell down the stairs. And literally I was like, should I go over there to Drew? And he was like, what are you gonna do? And I was like, be supportive. And he was like, can you do that via text? Like,
I'm just gonna be supportive.
I'm just gonna be there. I don't know. They're 2 minutes away. It's fine.
It's been such a week. But
it has.
But everybody's been awesome about, like, because we were a little late with our episodes because of this week. But everyone, you guys have been awesome. Just being like, wow, thanks for putting them out at all.
Yeah, we truly love y'all.
Thank you so much, guys, for being cool, being awesome.
Yeah.
And you're like our outlet away from all this.
God, you really are.
You really
we sit on this couch here together and we say, just listen.
Just listen.
Just listen, please.
Just listen to us.
Please.
So I feel appreciate you guys.
I feel like I'm like not as tired as you, but like to be even a fraction as tired as you. Like I feel that way.
Yeah. It's a lot.
It is.
But you know, here we are.
It makes me think twice. No, I'm just kidding.
I know. If this week didn't make you think twice, then nothing will.
No, it really didn't. Okay, well, we haven't done a spooky roads in a while, so I was like, let's do a spooky roads. That'll be uplifting.
Oh,
like,
yeah, those are always fun.
It's just creepy and a good time. And I was like, oh, I got this email. We got this email to the fucking email.
To the email?
Correct. And I was like, oh, the street with no name. Yes. Like,
Ooh.
Say no more, fam.
Where the streets have no name.
Gonna be so spooky.
Okay.
Yes. It's so funny because I tried to find like YouTube videos or anything, and that's the only thing that would come up. Yeah, it's really hard to find information about this street with no name because it's like kind of not a street.
Oh, I'm excited.
But it's a bummer, just so you know. There's a lot of murder on this street. Kind of reminded me of your Turnbull Canyon episodes.
Yeah. That's a lot.
And just a trigger warning, 3 out of the 4 deaths that we're going to talk about do involve children.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Wow, this is a gnarly one.
It is a gnarly one, but once I started, I couldn't stop.
No, hey, I'm here for it.
All right,
I'm here for it.
So first, let me share the email. I don't know if I'm supposed to share this person's name, so I'm not going to.
Not going to. But you'll know if it's you.
Also, I'm still on the scissorp, so just know that.
Be aware of that going in.
Be aware of that. So the email says, hey, from Australia. Love your podcast. I found it in November, and I've binged it on my 1.5-hour drive to and from work over the past few months. I've been listening to your episodes on spooky roads, and I thought I would suggest one. I'll let you do your own research. Thank you, I did. But here is a brief overview. In Sydney, there's a street with no name. It's located in a suburb called Annandale, which is
like Arundel?
Arundel, I know, that's all I could think of, which is very close to where I live. It's about 4 kilometers from the CBD and is a part of the inner west of Sydney. Kind of like a cool hipster area. Lots of markets and coffee shops and artsy things. I want to go.
Oh, that sounds cool.
It runs beside a light rail viaduct, which is spooky on its own, which is right beside a big and popular park called Jubilee Park, Park, which I fucking love saying Jubilee.
Jubilee.
Even every time I typed it, I was like, I can't wait to say that out loud.
I love Jubilee.
There have been 3 confirmed child murders on this street, along with a few other scary things. It's now blocked off, but people have reported a lot of spooky shit happening there. It is actually on the list of the top most haunted roads in the world.
Ooh.
I'll leave some links below, which they did.
Ooh,
thank you. Appreciate it. They also said,
killing it always.
Keep up the good work. Maybe one day you'll do a show in Sydney. And I was like, you know what? Maybe we will. And then I was on TikTok that night, and apparently my TikTok heard all about my Australia life.
It always does.
And it was like 3 things you should know before coming to Australia. And one of them was that you always have to flush the toilet before you go to the bathroom. And I was like, well, that's a no for me, dog. So.
Love Australia so much. Really want to come to Australia. Not sure my body can handle Australia. I'm honestly terrified.
I don't think so.
Of the things.
Can I tell you one more thing?
Yeah, because I get very sucked into Australia things.
I do too. They're having a problem with mice apparently. I don't know like when that video was, but he said right now. And there's just like fucking gazillions of mice everywhere, so bad that you can't even go fishing, because when you go fishing, the dead mice are in the fish's mouth. Kill me.
Also, well, here's the thing: mice don't bother me.
They bother. Like hundreds and gazillions of mice don't bother you.
Well, do I want one in my house? Not really.
No.
I don't want one in my house.
Not one. Gazillions.
But I mean, I'm not. Mice don't scare me or make me feel creepy crawly as much as the spiders, like the huntsman spiders who can literally eat like a Buick, or those just giant cockroaches and shit that just I can't. And honestly, Australians are just so. You guys are warriors, because I don't know how do you go to sleep? How do you go to sleep? Yeah. I see one tiny little spider in my room at night, and I'm like, welp, I'm up all night.
Yeah.
That's it. But you just see a huntsman spider and you're like, shoo shoo, outside you go.
See, for me, it really was the hundreds and gazillions of mice. Yeah. Because just seeing that many mices together, I'm just kidding. That many together, I gotta go.
You know what, Australia, we love you. Maybe, we hope.
And also, apparently the sun is extra hot there. Who knew? Because the global position.
Who knew?
Who knew? Not me.
Who among us would know that?
I'm just kidding. I'm feeling really, really goofballish
really crazy today. Well, those are all the reasons we want to come to Australia but are afraid to. So
yeah.
But you know what? Never say never.
Exactly. So let's get into these viaducts. They are known as the Glebe viaducts.
Glebe.
They started building these viaducts to hold up a railway that was going to get rid of traffic in the pedestrian areas of the town. And the construction started in the late 1800s, so already haunted.
A great time.
Perfect.
For everything.
For all the things.
Yeah.
And it lasted until about 1920. So it took quite some time to get this whole shindig together.
It stopped when everything was roaring.
Correct.
Yeah.
And fun fact, about 3,400,000 bricks were used for construction.
That's a lot.
Many bricks.
It's a lot of bricks.
Now, from what I've read, the tragedies and hauntings start in the late 60s, around 1966, when a railway worker named Jock, which I'm like, Jock.
Oh, hey, Jock.
I'm like, are you a jock? He was working on the railway all the livelong day.
Working on the railway.
Yeah, I've been working. And he saw an injured possum.
What?
And with his heart of gold, he wanted to go help that injured possum. And so he did. But then he got struck by a train and was killed.
Oh.
While saving an injured possum.
Oh, man.
In Australia, that probably had a fucking community of mice in its mouth.
Oh, man.
But legend says that you will hear Jock's footsteps from time to time traipsing around the area, just forever stuck in this loop of saving an animal and being killed after every night.
Poor Jock.
Yes. Now, there's also rumors that Sydney's first satanic motivated murder happened in a parking lot near the street with no name, but I couldn't find literally any details to determine if that's true or just a rumor.
Okay.
And from what I read, it kind of seems like it's a little more of a rumor.
It just goes along with the whole vibe.
Exactly. But there are a lot of rumored deaths around the street with no name, and of all of them, I found 4 confirmed to be true. So the first of which, like I told you, really requires a trigger warning. It's a very young child. So I'm not going to go into graphic detail because I feel like we usually try to avoid that anyways.
Yeah.
But because it happened here, obviously we have to talk about it.
Yeah, for sure.
So Simon Brooke was 3 years old.
Oh, stop.
He was from New South Wales, and on the morning of May 11th, 1968, he was just playing in his front yard. His father last saw him playing around like 11:30, but by 12:30 he was nowhere to be found, just vanished out of his own front yard.
I hate this.
And as soon as he was reported missing, tips started flying in that he had been seen near Jubilee Park, specifically the Jubilee Oval, which is like, I believe, like a big grandstand kind of thing, like a baseball field. No, he was found the next day, unfortunately, at 268 Glebe Point Road, just minutes from his house and the Jubilee Oval, which is a hot spot for the next cases that we're going to get into. The Jubilee Oval is fucking cursed.
That sounds cursed.
It does.
The Jubilee Oval.
No, actually, I agreed with you too quickly. I don't think it does. It sounds like it's supposed to be like jovial.
Yeah, see, to me, I'm like, oh, don't go to the Jubilee Oval.
Yeah?
Anything that's like geometric. Yeah, when you throw geometry in there, like the something triangle, I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
nope. The oval, oh, nope. The circle, nope.
The Boston rhombus.
A square,
What about a rhombus?
Yeah, rhombus, no way.
Fuck that.
Octagon, nope. Don't want
Octagon,
it.
I'm in.
Yeah.
Well, okay, back to this. Simon's body, when it was found, he was very badly mutilated, and he had been suffocated by balled up newspapers.
Oh.
And that's all we're going to get into, but if you would like to look further into this, there's a lot more information on that, but I could not swallow it. So technically, his murder has never been solved, but it's widely known in the area that Derek Ernest Percy was responsible. And that name probably sounds familiar to you if you're in Australia. He's like Australia's like most notorious child killer.
What the fuck?
Now, there's a good amount of circumstantial evidence in the case. The fact that Percy was 100% in the area that day is one of those things, because he would have had to drive through Glebe to get to the ship that he was stationed on because he was in the Navy.
Oh.
At the crime scene, there were also 2 razor blades found near Simon's body, and the brand was Gillette, and that was the brand that the Navy provided their sailors at the time. So that's very strange. Then later, a diary of Derek Percy's was found that recalled absolutely terrifying details of a child murder that was carried out in the exact same way Simon's was.
Really?
With details that like only the person responsible would have known.
I'm like horribly looking this up right now as you're saying it.
It's really tough.
What happened to this child?
He was really badly mutilated, like terribly so. And that's basically what Derek Ernest Percy was writing about, was the mutilation.
Really? Like,
Yes.
was he like cut up or something?
He severed his penis.
Oh, okay. So he castrated him.
Yes.
Oy.
Now, unfortunately, even after a 2005 inquest, there was insufficient evidence to have him tried and convicted in Simons Brooks murder. But just a year later, after Simon was killed, Percy was arrested for the murder of 12-year-old Yvonne Toohey. Over the years, he was linked to 9 murders, including Simon's.
Holy.
And when he was asked if he remembered committing Simon's murder, he said, "I wish I could. I might have. I don't remember."
Oh, punch him directly
Like,
in the jaw.
fuck you. You do remember because you kept
course you
detailed
remember.
diaries of every single murder that you committed.
These kind of assholes, that's just another power move for them.
Oh, yeah.
Is pretending they hold it somewhere in there, but I'm not going to let it out.
Right. So he was, like I said, arrested in 1969 and then, 1969. And then in 1970, he was found guilty, but by reason of insanity. Now,
Really?
there has been a lot of back and forth over the years of whether or not he actually was insane. And by the way, he was put into prison for the rest of his life. So just know that.
Bye, bitch.
But in the early 2000s, a report was leaked that stated, quote, "Mr. Percy does not suffer from a mental illness and is not detainable under the Mental Health Act. He does have a personality disorder, and his ability to experience human emotions is severely restricted. The most serious aspect of his personality is his sadistic fantasy life, which revolves around children, their torture, and mutilation. He has no motivation to curb or control his deviant sexual fantasies. I would be pessimistic about his ability to respond to any form of treatment. Mr. Percy is not suitable for transfer to the hospital, even though he was found not guilty by reason of insanity."
Wow.
So I don't know what happened there, like why that happened.
Yeah,
that
he's
he was
just evil.
insane, but he wasn't. He was just
he's
fucked
just
up.
evil.
Exactly.
Especially if he's sitting there writing diary entries about it. And,
Right.
like, talking about it. Like,
Right.
he knows. And then for him to, I feel like, and then for him to later say, "I don't remember." That's intention. Like, I'm covering it up because I know it was wrong.
Exactly.
Or I'm doing this because it's fucking with the parents. Or I'm doing this because of this. Like, he has intention with everything he's doing.
I think for him specifically, with Simon's murder too, is that he wanted to continue to torture the parents. Like, by being like, yeah, maybe it was me, but maybe not.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, maybe that guy's still walking around.
And that's not insane. That's just evil.
Yeah, that's just fucked up.
That's intention.
So luckily he died in 2013, rest in distress. And Simon Brooks' father spoke to the news outlet Fairfax and said, a confession would have been irrelevant to us. I don't think there's anything he could have told us that we didn't already know. As to his motivation, he might have said something about that, but heaven knows what. He was an awful person, and the fact that he is now dead is good because we wanted to be certain that this would never happen to another child.
Wow. That's
so
truly,
sad.
I've never heard of him, and that is crazy.
I was like thinking like maybe we should cover him, but then reading more and more about it, I was like, I don't know if I could physically handle the research on this. So
yeah,
if you want to, that's all you.
Maybe, but I don't know if I can handle it.
It's a lot of young children.
Yeah.
And like just so sad.
Really terrible things.
Yeah. So the next two murders close by the street with no name are actually linked to the same man, Mark Gregory. Mark Gregory was only 17 years old when he was arrested. 17.
Jeez.
Yeah. So on July 9th, 1978, 12-year-old Gary John Barkmeyer was playing with a friend at a park near the corner of Glebe Point Road. They were playing with a yo-yo that Gary had just bought, which like ruined me. Mark Gregory just like went up to the two of them and was like, hey, I need some help moving some boxes near the Jubilee Oval.
Oh,
and
no.
I'll give you a few bucks if you can help me. So the two boys hopped on a bike and they headed to the Oval to make their money. They met Mark Gregory there, and he told the younger boy that he should stay put. He was too little to help, but Gary could follow him. So then they made their way to the other side of the viaducts, and the younger boy, whose name was Julian, waited there for them to come back. He told police that a short time later, maybe about like 20 minutes or so, Mark Gregory, who he didn't know by name at that point, had appeared and told him that he paid Gary and that Gary went home with the money and he should go home now too. Like, go home to your mom. Which, I just hate it so much. And he was like, so Gary has your money, like, go get it from him. Obviously, though, that wasn't the truth because Gary never returned home that night. His mother, Hildegard, was able to report him missing on July 11th, and Julian's mother actually also called the police saying that her son might have some information that he could relay. Now, like I said before, neither of the two boys knew Mark Gregory by name at that point, so Julian was only able to describe him by appearance. He told the police that the man that they were helping that day was wearing a yellow pullover, gray trousers, and blue joggers with white stripes. He went on to describe the man as lanky, with a fair complexion and collar-length brown hair. But he told them that he thought the guy could have been anywhere between 23 and 30. So off the bat, it was like a little bit skewed in the investigation because they weren't looking for someone that young.
Which it's so hard, especially when you're...
And this is like an 8-year-old boy, by the way.
Like an 8-year-old. Like, I'm 35 and I can't tell anybody's age.
Yeah, I feel like it's like reversed. Like, kids never know how old adults are and adults never know how old kids are.
Yeah, I can never name anybody's age.
No.
I really can't.
Me either. I've never been good at it. I used to just ID everyone when I was a waitress.
Yeah,
and then I'd be like, I can't do quick math, so like hopefully
like,
you're
sorry,
good.
just deal with it.
Just like serving minors all over the place. No, I'm totally kidding. It was Julian who led the police to the site where he had last seen Gary, and he explained that Gary had followed the man to the other side of the viaducts. And 12-year-old Gary John Barkmeyer's body was found that day.
Ooh.
He had been badly beaten over the head with what they assumed was a large rock. So badly that he had suffered multiple skull fractures.
Oh my God.
Multiple. Now, based on Julian's account and eyewitnesses, they were able to get a sketch of the suspect out by July 14th to the public. And that's when tips started like pouring in. Now, one tip came from a man who said that he had been like test driving a car when he passed Jubilee Park. And he saw a young man just like laying in the grass who looked exactly like the sketch. But he was like, I don't think this kid is like 23. I think he looks maybe around 18. So I don't know if that's helpful or not. Now, looking back, that tip would be very helpful in the investigation down the road. But unfortunately not before another life was taken, another 12-year-old boy.
Jeez.
Now, just barely 6 months later in January, the body of another 12-year-old boy was found about 150 feet away from where Gary Barkmeyer's body had been found.
That's so wild that they stay in the same spot.
It really is. It's crazy. This one was found on an embankment. So this was the body of Wayne Spencer Nixon. And by the way, if you can handle it, you have to look at the pictures of these two boys. They are just like the sweetest looking little angels, like cutie pies. So on Monday, a reporter working at the local news got an anonymous call from someone requesting to speak with the primetime news reporter. Now, when the caller was told that the reporter couldn't talk to him right now, he was like, okay, I'll just tell you. He said, body has been found near the viaducts by Jubilee Park. Now, the reporter taking the call was like, cool, thanks. I appreciate the tip. I am going to have to confirm that with the police, though, before we report on that. And that caller was like a little irritated and goes, go ahead and check. It's true.
Oh.
Which is weird. And then just click, hung up.
Ew.
So
I don't like that.
No, hate that. So the police quickly realized that these two cases were linked, obviously, because of the close proximity in the dumping site, the age of the boys, the manner of death, and the fact that both boys were sexually assaulted. Now, Wayne Nixon had been stabbed in one of his arms, one of his legs, and multiple times in the chest. There was one deliberate stab that went through his heart.
What?
They were able to determine that a 12.5 centimeter long knife had been used.
Wow.
12.5 centimeters.
Damn.
But they were never able to find the exact murder weapon. Now, police were able to talk to family and neighbors in the area, and they were able to pinpoint Wayne's locations and movements on the day that he'd been murdered. And their investigation in these two cases was like an amazing investigation. They literally
Good, we love to hear that.
Were doing door-to-door like searches, basically.
Good.
And like talking to just anybody that they could.
Yeah.
So luckily they were able to pinpoint his locations, like I said. His mother explained to detectives that he had gone swimming at a friend's pool and that had come home for lunch at about 2 p.m. And she said he watched TV for a little bit and then he just like went back out to hang out with his friend. But when he got to the friend's house that he was supposed to hang out with, the stepbrother opened the door and he told Wayne that his friend had actually gone to the beach that day. So when the police were able to get into contact with the stepbrother, he said, well, maybe Wayne went to like Thistle Park to pass the time. I don't really know. Later on, a neighbor said that she saw Wayne walking with an older boy who she described as 16 years old with collar-length brown hair, olive skin, and wearing orange shorts and a pair of thongs. She went on to say that Wayne waved directly to her, and when he did that, the older boy seemed to be irritated and asked Wayne, who the hell was that?
Ugh.
So creepy. Now, Wayne's own stepbrother, Robert, said Wayne was not the sort of fellow to go off with anyone. To have gone off with this youth, he must have known him for a period of time somewhere.
What the fuck?
Now, eventually, the investigation led by...
so messed up. It's reminding me of
Is it the one that you don't ever want to cover?
Yeah, why can't I'm on like cough medicine. That's
I know, I can't think of it. Does it start with a J?
It's James
Bulger.
James Bulger. Yeah, sorry, I couldn't think of that.
I know. As soon as I started looking into this, I was like, is this the case? Because with 3-year-old Simon Brooks, I was like, is this that case? And then I was like, okay, it's not.
And that's the 3-year-old really reminds me of it. Like, have you seen holding his hand and stuff?
Ugh,
like, yeah, I
hate it.
These kind of things, I'm like,
no, stop. Like, it's terrible.
Yeah, I hate it.
But the investigation was led by Detective Inspector, which is just so fun to say. That. Detective Inspector Harry Tupman, and he was able to close in on Mark Gregory, who has 5 names, by the way. Mark Clifford George Thomas Gregory.
Oh, that's red flag.
It's like evil +2.
I was just going to say red flag.
Like if you have 3 names, you're evil, and then you add 2 onto that, who the fuck are you?
Bonus evil.
Bonus evil. So he was arrested, luckily, on March 17th, 1977.
Good.
It was hard to like find out how exactly they implicated him with this, but I think it was just through those like door-to-door
good
investigations.
Boots on the ground.
Literally. This was one of those cases where I had to go into like archived newspapers and shit to get information.
I love going to archived newspapers.
I signed up for like this like newspaper thing where you can search like any newspaper ever.
My favorite thing.
I'll give you all my money. Take it.
Literally, anytime I find those things, I'm
amazing.
Like, take it all.
And then you literally just like type in a keyword and it will show you like millions of newspapers.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Iconic. So at the time he was arrested, like I said, he was 17, so his name was kept out of the public. But the police told Mark that he would be put in a lineup with other suspects if he wasn't going to make a full confession. And he told them, I don't want to go in one of those. I'll tell you what happened. I killed him. I bashed him on the head with a rock. Just like...
He's like, I don't want to stand with
other
people
So I'll just tell you that I murdered this
So I'm just going to
kid.
go ahead and confess all of this. Like okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Right?
Sure.
And at that point, he was only under arrest for Gary Barkmeyer's murder, which is why he was like, I bashed him on the head with the rock. But then obviously the two were linked.
That's horrific.
Now, on June 15th, 1977, the Sydney Morning Herald reported, because I found that on that newspaper site, that the unnamed youth had led the police to where he murdered and then dumped the two boys' bodies. So a year after his arrest, Mark Gregory, who was 18 at the time, and then his name was released to the public, he was sentenced to 2 life sentences after the jury deliberated for only an hour and 10 minutes.
Wow.
The judge, Justice Yeldham, who in the newspaper is literally wearing one of those powdered wigs.
Oh, I love that. Like,
Fuck
I feel
me
like I
up.
want that to happen here.
Why doesn't it?
Yeah, it's really upsetting.
He told Mark that these crimes were of such enormity that he could find no mitigating circumstances warranting mercy. He said Gregory had shown no mercy to his victims and that the murders he committed were brutal and callous. He went on to say that in his opinion, Gregory would be a danger to others for a long time. Mm-hmm. He was sent to maximum security prison and ordered to receive intensive therapy, and that's the last I fucking heard of him.
Wow.
Didn't find anything else about this Mark Clifford Thomas George Gregory. Crazy.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
Wow.
And side note, during the trials, it came out that Mark Gregory and his brothers watched as one of the boys' bodies was taken away.
Man, that's... Whenever you find out stuff like that, like after the fact, if they like help in the search and shit.
Helping in the search is so creepy.
That's like watching or like going to the funeral or like going to a memorial or something like that.
Watching the body being taken away.
Well, that's when they help with the search. They're hoping they're going to get to be able to do that. So it's like
creepy.
That's such a level of
evil.
There's just no figuring out the psychology behind that. There's no understanding that kind of evil.
Not at all.
The pleasure that they get out of that stuff, it's just something you can't tap into.
He was definitely just like a very disturbed young man.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Yeah.
But I found most of the information that I didn't get from newspapers. I found this really like awesomely written article, and I'm going to actually link it in the show notes. It was by a classmate of Mark Gregory's who like obviously went to school with him, and Mark Gregory had tortured this kid like forever.
Really?
And like he literally had like a personal vendetta against him.
Wow.
And it was strange because the reason that this guy wrote the article was because he had these like little small connections to the case. Like he saw Mark Gregory walking with Wayne at one point, just like not on the day that he was murdered,
but just some other time.
His mom saw 2 boys crossing the street on the day that he was murdered. What? And thought maybe like didn't link the two until years later.
Yeah.
It was just like crazy all the connections that this guy had.
Whenever they like why it's just so strange to me when they know these people. I'm like, I don't know. I mean, obviously I don't know how you can murder anybody, but when you can like form a relationship with someone and then it's just wow.
Right, exactly.
I'm glad I don't understand it.
Well, and he said that his like motive was because he wanted to have sex with them, and obviously they refused because they were 12 years old.
Yeah.
And that's when he got angry and killed them. Jeez. It's like, oh, you got angry that somebody wouldn't like partake in whatever with you, so you just decide to smash them over the head with a rock?
Yeah.
Or just stab them repeatedly?
Yeah, no one's allowed to have autonomy and free will.
No,
they're just
never.
Whatever you want.
And
for sure.
The other thing that was like so sad that I read about this was on the day that Wayne went missing, he was riding his bike around to all these different places, and he had gotten the bike that year for his 12th birthday.
Oh,
like ruin me.
That just hurts my heart.
So the final murder, it's really, really short. There's like no information about it, but it was of a man named Reginald Thomas Malvin. He had worked as an ambulance officer actually, but at the time of his murder, he was homeless, unfortunately, and he was trying to find safe places to sleep. On August 24th, 1999, he was sleeping in the grandstands at Jubilee Park, and he was bludgeoned in the head. The attack was so bad and he lost so much blood that they had to replace part of the stand because they couldn't get it all off.
Damn.
Now, there were other murders among the homeless community around that same time, and the police were urging people not to take shelter in that particular area. But unfortunately, I don't know if he just didn't catch wind of that, and the murderer has never been caught.
Wow, that's even scarier.
Isn't that just so scary? Like,
yeah, that's really scary. But that happens so often.
And I know, and you don't hear
these
about
random,
it.
really brutal murders will happen, and you don't even hear about them.
Exactly.
Especially in that kind of case. It's
Right.
like you just don't hear about it, and then they're just gone.
Right.
And no one's looking for them.
There's like 2 articles about this man's murder. Like, that's so sad.
That's really
They're
sad.
just like not remembered. Like, okay.
Yeah, there's times when all of a sudden you realize like who gets favored as a media coverage victim. You know what I mean? It's like
So fucked up. It should
it
not
really
be
isn't.
like a favoring process.
Yeah, it's like I understand that like there's only so many hours in the day to report things, but it's like I don't know.
Can we just like report on
we just
like,
gotta be a little better.
It's true. Now, all of those tragic events in one place obviously are bound to lead to some kind of haunting.
Yeah.
And there are quite a few reports from people brave enough to hang out around the street with no name.
You don't say.
I do say. People say that they get this like sudden feeling of anxiousness, which like I'm not going to equate to like ghosts because like I feel like you're just going to be anxious in that area because you know what happened there.
I was just going to say I am on another continent and I'm anxious. So if I
Correct.
was near this Jubilee Oval or the Jubilee Park or the aqueducts or anything,
Yeah.
I'd be very anxious.
Yes.
Not paranormal anxious,
Just straight up
really
anxious.
that I was going to get murdered.
Yup. But they also say that when they're in the area, they report the temperature changing in certain areas. Like you'll be standing in one spot and it'll be like normal outside temperature. And then you'll go to another spot and it'll be like freezing cold. Which is, you know, standard.
Creepy.
Standard.
Creepy, spooky.
People have also heard footsteps coming from the specific areas where Gary Barkmeyer and Wayne Nixon's bodies were found.
All right, real creepy.
I hate that.
Hate that a lot.
And today there are storage rooms underneath the viaducts, and one of the storage rooms has been dubbed the tomb because people say that one of the bodies was found right beside it.
Oh.
Yeah. And the man who owns that particular storage room is actually a photographer, and he uses it as like a photography studio. And he said that he regularly hears footsteps outside of that window when no one's
Really?
around, like late at night and shit.
Oh,
And
can you imagine having your photography studio there?
No, I think I would move my photography
Wowzer.
studio miles across to like another country.
Wow.
And then one woman who visited the area said that she started feeling stabbing pains in her abdomen that were so bad she actually fell over. And do you know where she was standing?
Where he was stabbed?
Right next to the tomb. Right next to the tomb.
I mean, gas pains, I don't know.
Oh, gas pains are rough.
They're really bad.
They are. Maybe
But
that,
still,
you never
no matter
know.
what.
But still, it's like she was like walking all the way there. Like,
Yeah, no, that's not awesome either way.
terrible. And then the last thing that people report is that this area has its own community of bats.
Okay, I love that.
I knew you would love that.
I love that.
I knew you were going to love that. I was like, how can I not tell her
I love that.
this place has its own community of bats?
That's amazing.
I also don't understand what that means because
I don't
I'm like,
either, but I'm into it.
I'm like, doesn't every area
Because
have
I'm
their
pretty
own
sure
community of
we
bats?
have a community of bats. Like, whenever I look up at night, there's bats flying around.
Yeah.
We have a community of bats.
But it's like, is it your community or like, do they go other places? How
Oh,
do you
no, it's
know?
my community.
So maybe you just feel the same way that this area
I think,
feels.
yeah, I think that area just feels how I do. And it's like, this is our community.
These are
of
our bats.
These are our bats, not yours.
Keep back. Keep back or I'll let out my bat.
I love bats. I think
I
bats
love
are
bats too.
I think bats are so fucking
In
cool.
fact, one flew literally right by my head. We were having like a cookout. I think
Yeah.
you went inside and you were like literally so jealous.
Yeah, I
And
was.
everyone was like, you didn't move. I was like, yeah, that's my bro.
that was a bat.
That's freaking bats.
And it literally, when I take Bailey outside at night, I will look up and just be like, look, a bat. A bat.
Yeah, they're
a
cool.
bat. John hates them, and I'm like, bats.
I think they're cool as fuck.
I love them.
I don't really like those big, gigantic ones though.
Like in Australia.
like in Australia. What if it's that kind of community of bats and they're just, I mean, those are fucking dragons.
I kind of love those too, though.
No.
That's cool.
See, I feel like they're slimy, and I wish this was visual
Yeah, I do
because
too.
I've been doing this the whole time. I have a ponytail, and I'm just holding either side
Yep.
of the ponytail, and like,
She's just holding two clumps of hair on either side and just moving her head back and forth. Like,
I've been doing it the entire
and
time.
I have not even, like, just, it's fine.
Maybe it's an anxious habit.
It might be.
I don't know, but that
Bats. That's all we can say.
is the street with no name in Australia.
Wow.
Thank you to our listener who sent that in, because wow, that was a gnarly place for me to go on.
That was truly outrageous.
So you know what? I was thinking, since that was like really gnarly and sad, we could throw in like a scary road listener tale story.
Oh, I like that.
Okay, it's like a palate cleanser.
We love that.
Okay, so this one, I think I can say their name. I don't know if I can. So it just says, "Hi, Morbid. I'm a huge fan of Morbid. My mom, who listened to you first, has had multiple coworkers, me and my boyfriend, all listening to you guys. I appreciate and love your podcast so much that I'm currently donating to your Patreon. I can't wait to hear my name. Thank you. And I wear your shirt and hoodie every chance I get. You guys seriously rock, and you make my bus rides much better, even if it makes me paranoid and crazy. But anyway, we're writing this, we're writing this because this is for your Scary Roads episodes. I heard your first episode and instantly thought of this one road we have here in Rapid City. I had a small experience, but nothing as crazy as my boyfriend's. I had him type it out for you guys to read. I changed the names of the people in my story to hide their identities." In 2017, I had a pretty close group of friends. My friend, Sarah, and I were at the rented house that she and her 2 roommates lived at. We were finishing up a movie when her roommate Greg came home. Greg was seeing a girl called Jackie. Jackie said her and Greg planned to do some ghost hunting, and we were invited. We both agreed to go. Greg got into the driver's seat of Jackie's Toyota Camry, Jackie in the passenger, and Sarah and I in the back. Jackie has a child, and her car seat was in the back driver's side seat, so Sarah sat right in the middle, right next to me. This becomes important later. Then Greg started telling us the story. I had never heard the story of Dark Canyon before. Ooh. In 1972, Rapid Creek in Rapid City, South Dakota... In 1972, Rapid Creek in Rapid City, South Dakota, flooded and killed 238 people, and today remains of one of the deadliest floods in the United States history. Rapid's own Dark Canyon Road, which has the most ominous name in fucking history, has 3 bridges that go directly over Rapid Creek. You can already see where this story is going. When Rapid Creek flooded, homes were swept clean off their foundations. Most, if not all, were killed, and apparently they haven't left either. Ooh. This is feeling very Lake Lanier.
Ooh, I'm ready for this.
I'm so ready for this. Greg pulls out his cell phone from his pocket. He explains the over 2 minutes long video that we're about to see. Greg had 2 friends that he was close with. He says that they both decided to go to Falling Rock, a notoriously dangerous cliffside that overlooks the area near Dark Canyon, to just smoke weed and drink. One of them recorded a video that he still doesn't remember taking to this day.
Whoa.
Why?
Why?
The video showed them walking around with people screaming in the background. Ugh. Very scary, I know, but neither of them heard the loud-ass screams when they were there.
Huh.
And they were loud.
Huh.
The video was very compressed from years of new phones, but I believed Greg, and he wasn't one to lie. I should point something out quick here. Dark Canyon still has people that live there. Yes, they still do. I found that out years later, and that a very close friend of mine had also once lived there. Anyway, we stopped at Common Sense convenience store on the way. I bought a pack of smokes, everyone got drinks and such, and then Greg pointed something out. Every time I pass that lamppost across the street from the road, it goes off.
Oh.
I say, it probably won't. They're on timers and stuff. I watched us crawl to the lamppost. We passed. It went off, and my stomach dropped.
No, thank you.
That's so creepy. We pulled down the road, and Greg explained one last time the method of Dark Canyon. This is explained below. 1. Dark Canyon has 3 bridges. On your way down, pass every single bridge. Do not stop. Number 2. After the 3rd bridge, the road ends. After the dead end, the road actually continues. I was going to say automatically. It just stops being paved and is overgrown and really spooky. Number 3, pull a U-turn and start on bridge 3. On every bridge, you see advancing levels of interaction. Bridge 3, there are floating orbs that are widely sighted. Bridge 2, the voice of a little girl is often heard. Bridge 1, the little girl interacts with you.
No, thank you.
Why are little girls so fucking scary?
Yeah, I don't want little girls that aren't my own children around me.
I'm all set.
Especially from the other world. I don't need that in my life. No.
The interacting she does is the best thing that I can come up with to describe what happens here. My friends follow the method. We stop on the 3rd bridge. Jackie and Greg decide to leave the car and walk around. Jackie said that walking around outside the car was something that her friends always did, and it had become somewhat of a tradition amongst the kids in Rapid City. After turning off the car and the headlights, they wanted to be immersed in the atmosphere. Dangerous, but somewhat understandable. Me and Sarah stayed in the back seat with her right next to me because of the car seat again. On the third bridge, no one saw anything, nor did we hear anything. I was pessimistic. We moved on to the second bridge. Same thing, except no one left the car. I held my head out the window to hear something. Nothing. Then what I assume was a can or something, hit the underside of the bridge. We all shrugged it off and headed on to the first bridge. We did not leave the bridge until 20 minutes later. Greg killed the car, Jackie got out, followed by Greg, and Greg came to my window and I rolled it down. Come on, don't you guys want to come out? I say, no, not really. And Sarah nodded her head right next to me. I rolled the window up quick and I watched through the windshield. Jackie and Greg walking around the road. Every home on the road was dark. No lights were on. Everything was lit by the moon. Some time passed.
It was lit by the mood.
It was lit by the mood.
The mood was really lighting it up.
The mood and the moon. I am sick. Some time passed and Sarah had filled it by talking. This next part I even have trouble thinking about to this day.
Oh, tell me about it.
Whenever they say that, I'm like, hit me with it.
Yeah, I'm like, I'll think about it.
Hit me with your best shot. Sarah is next to me. I turned to her in the middle of the conversation. Do you want to get out of the car? Kinda, but not really. It's like 55 degrees and I'm cold. Well, we'll use that as our I stop mid-sentence as a shadow passes my door's window and I yell as loudly as I can, Jackie, get into the fucking car. We are fucking leaving.
Oh.
Jackie runs to the car. What's wrong? Get in the car. We're leaving.
Oh.
Jackie gets in the car with Greg. We get back to Common Sense. I also love that is the name of the
that's
store.
The best.
And I pull out a cigarette, literally shaking. Here's the thing. I don't scare easily at all. Ask my girlfriend. She tries to jump out at me all the time and she never gets me. That's really funny. The shadow scared me to the core. There was no light, as I said earlier. No real possible chance for reflection. The shadow was about halfway across the glass, about child height and very detailed.
No.
I could see the shape of her hair and her shoulders. The shadow was darker than the darkness surrounding it, and it scares me to this day.
Your home should show off who you are. Now is the time to boldly write the newest chapter in your home story. And your main character? It's Ashley. Ashley has styles that balance timeless appeal and modern trends to bring your personal look home. Yes, these are well-crafted and affordable pieces with eye-catching design, but they're also built to stand up to real life. With features like stain-resistant performance fabric, options that are incredibly durable, easy to clean, and stain-resistant with machine-washable covers. Plus, Ashley provides fast, reliable, white-glove delivery right to your room of choice, so you can style your space without any stress. Ashley was nice enough to send us a bunch of new pieces for my pod lab at my house, and when I tell you they deliver it to your room of choice, unfortunately they did have to deliver to the attic, but they could not have been nicer about it. I got, or was gifted, I should say, the Revion Lake sofa and love seat. It's in this like olive colored velvety fabric. It's so nice. I will say it is so freaking easy to clean because if you know me, you know that I have a white cat and a black cat and then a multicolored cat. The white cat loves to just roll all up on this furniture and leave his hair everywhere, but it's so easy to vacuum. I also got the Meili coffee table. So I have that, like I said, in my attic, but I'm ready to order another one for my living room because this coffee table is so beautiful. It has this like antique old money vibe to it. I absolutely love it. And then finally, I got three actually of the core stone end tables. They have little shelves in them so you can dress them up and, kind of like personalize them to your style. I highly, highly recommend all of the pieces that I got. And I just recommend Ashley in general. It was such an easy process to shop with them and the delivery, all of that from start to finish. It was awesome. Visit your local Ashley store or head to ashley.com to find your style. Getting paid twice a month doesn't mean money is scarce. It just feels that way. That feeling makes you do weird stuff, like putting things on a card you didn't need to. Earnin removes that feeling. With Earnin, you can access up to $150 per day of money you've already earned, plus up to $1,000 between paychecks. Standard transfers take 1 to 2 business days with no mandatory fees, and expedited transfers start at $3.99 and cap at $5.99. 5 million people are already on it, and honestly, it's wild it didn't exist sooner. Download Earnin on the App Store or Google Play, spelled like earning money without the G. Type in Morbid under podcast when you sign up. It'll really help the show. Earnin is a financial technology company, not a bank. Access limits are based on your earnings and risk factors. Standard cash outs take 1 to 2 business days with no mandatory fees. Expedited transfers available for a fee. Tips are voluntary and don't affect the service. Available in select states. Terms and restrictions apply. Visit earnin.com for full details.
Jackie had said later on, when her and Greg were outside, she saw the black shadow creep over the hood of her car and over to my side of the car. Ooh. She played it off as just a regular shadow and turned back. When I called her over, she thought originally that I was just trying to scare her. But when she saw my face, she told Greg we were leaving. Sarah had also told me that I nearly left her deaf when I yelled. Sorry, Sarah. Every now and then I'll tell that story. Sometimes when I do, someone else will tell me theirs. I've lived in Rapid for 19 years before I knew about Dark Canyon, and everyone else found out about it too, and knew. I most definitely now know. Now. That was hard. After this time, he's only gone back once, and he had a friend who saw an orb, but could be explained as a reflection off the windows from a phone. When I went to Dark Canyon with a friend, so just to remind you, that little story, that good story was her boyfriend's, and then this is back to her. When I went to Dark Canyon with a friend, she was the one who didn't believe in that sort of thing and saw it as a joke, even when we were on the road. She'd get out of the car and twerk in front of the car to show me that nothing bad was going to happen.
That's a friend.
That's iconic.
That's a real friend.
But before we got on that road, I remember driving the 20 minutes to it, seeing the street name and my stomach instantly dropping. I don't think I've ever felt so horrible. I don't even know how to describe the feeling when we got onto the road. It felt like you were watching a scary movie and the main character goes into a house by themselves and you're literally screaming at them about how stupid they are. That's what it felt like. But instead of being the one screaming, the one being on the That's what it felt like. But instead of being the one screaming at the screen, I was the stupid ass character. That was a lot of S's.
That was.
Sometimes we love alliteration, sometimes we don't. When we got onto the road, my stomach dropped and I kept my head down. It was dark and there were no lights beside the car headlights and the trees. Where we live, it's called the Black Hills because at night the hills are literally pitch black. It's such a creative name, but it gets the job done. But you can imagine how I felt on that road with it pitch black and my friend acting like a complete idiot. We got to each bridge and then turned around and I refused to get out. I had this gut feeling that someone was out there and something was watching us. You know what I'm talking about when you just like feel eyes on you? That's what I felt. I sat in my car and my friend twerked her heart out, but I knew something was watching us in those trees. I couldn't and wouldn't look out the windows. I kept my head down and waited on each bridge until we finally got off the road. And the second we were off, I felt totally fine. No horrible gut feeling, no eyes on me. It was like everything just went back to normal. I don't know if that's just me being weird, worried, or overreacting to it all or what, but to me, it feels like way more than being a crybaby. I think that there was something out there watching us. Oh. I don't think that it was any of the people who still live down there because it was the middle of the night and everyone was asleep, but I don't think that I will ever forget the feeling of eyes watching us the entire time we were on that bridge. Thank you guys for reading my story, and hopefully things go well for your guys' podcast. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hopefully you guys do a live show in Denver soon. I think we do have a call.
We were supposed to.
We were supposed to.
Yeah.
It's confusing.
Yeah.
I'd love to come down and see you guys. Congratulations on Baby Morbid. Oh my goodness, this must be so long ago.
Oh my god, thanks.
And good luck with that Uber, Ash.
You guys make my day. 2 years later.
She's still a little baby.
She's awesome though.
You guys make my day and keep it weird.
Wow.
Fuck a whole bunch of that.
That's a lot.
The feeling of eyes watching you.
No.
I'm all set with.
Nope.
And then a shadow child, like.
No, shadow children are not something I want to fuck with.
Why do they always go over the hood of the car?
I'm not really sure.
Please explain.
Like, why do they put their like little baby hands all over the car and stuff? They love doing that.
Why? I mean, I get the baby hands. Like, that's terrifying.
But like, why?
I don't know why it's so terrifying.
Well, no, I know why it's terrifying, but I don't know why kids do that. Like, why do ghost kids do that? Do they know it's scary?
I don't even know, though, because real kids do that. Like, I guess so, their hands are all over the place.
Yeah, I mean, we have little greasy handprints everywhere.
We do.
Like windows.
Yeah.
Forget about it.
When they come over my house, my slider is just like...
Oh, it's just little tiny hands everywhere.
But why do they... It's like a slip and slide, I guess. Like, they just want to go over the hood of the car.
Yeah, I guess so. I think they just, like, know it's scary. I think, like, this is fun.
Probably.
Look at the look of terror on their faces.
Yeah. Would you think that you would do that if you were
I would
in
fuck
the
hard
afterlife?
With people.
Would you slip and slide over somebody's hood?
Probably. If I got the chance to. Why not? If there was just a car. If there was just a car there and somebody was just hanging out in it, I might just be like, whoop, whoop, whoop,
What if you got, well, actually, I was just going to say, what if you got ran over, but it literally wouldn't matter.
I'm dead, so it's cool. I don't need to worry about it. I'm into it.
I love it.
I like it.
Well, I felt like it was necessary to, you know, like, lighten the mood a little bit.
In there. I like it.
Yeah, it was really heavy up in there for a minute.
It was. Children getting murdered are always pretty heavy.
I hate it. But as soon as I started looking into it, I was like, this is interesting.
Yeah, you can't stop, won't stop.
Can't stop, won't stop when you tell me about a street with no fucking name.
Yeah, that's come on.
Like, there's
where
a
the
reason.
streets have no name.
Where the hills have eyes.
Exactly.
Well, guys, we love you so much.
And thank you for listening to us talk about spooky roads.
We hope that you keep listening.
And we hope you
keep
it
weird. But not so weird that you go out and you murder anybody, especially not a child. Thank you.
Yeah, don't do that at all.
Do you keep it so weird that you, like, go over the hood of somebody's car when you're a ghost, though?
Yeah, do that. I'm telling you, do that.
Emphasis on when you're the ghost.
Yeah, I don't have experience yet, but, like, I can tell you it's going to be a good time.
Don't do that alive.
No. Do it when you're dead.
I don't recommend.
Do it when you're dead and then write us and tell us how fun it is.
Please write us from the dead.
Yeah, if you're doing that right now, currently in the afterlife, please send us a quick little tale.
I'm obsessed.
Thank you.
Bye.
You know that feeling when you come home late from work and those puppy dog eyes just pierce right through your soul? Or when you're packing for a trip and your cat refuses to leave your suitcase? Yeah, we've all been there. Pet parent guilt is real. And you know what? It's completely normal. That's exactly why Hill's Pet Nutrition exists. They understand that being a pet parent means being human, with all of our imperfections and daily juggling acts. Hill's science-led nutrition helps you give more love than humanly possible. Whether it's those long work days or trying to balance attention between multiple pets, Hill's Pet Nutrition gets it. They've created science-based nutrition that supports your pet's lifelong health, so you can feel confident even when life gets hectic. Because you're only human, there's Hill's. Science does more. Ready to let go of the guilt? Find the right food at hillspet.com/podcast. That's hillspet.com/podcast.
Ever ask yourself, why do some pads feel so crunchy? Meet Kotex Bamboo, the pad changing the game when it comes to comfort. Kotex Bamboo is gentle on skin with a breathable viscose top layer made from bamboo, so you can really feel the difference. Check out Kotex.com for more details on the all-new Kotex, completely redesigned to meet your needs. You asked, we heard.